Hi guys, welcome to the Esports podcast by Team Vitality India. I am your host, your brand new host Monk, and मेरे को कुछ नहीं पता मैं भी क्या कर रहा हूँ, but मैं बहुत excited हूँ to start this, and I've been teasing it for so long, so I'm happy that it's finally here. And for my first episode, of course, I had to choose my mentor, my father figure, my coach, my ex-coach who has mentored me over all these months. Welcome to the podcast, Mr. Kalan. How are you doing? Please introduce yourself to my audience.
What's up, Arav? How's it going? And glad to be here. Fucking excited. Lol. But truly,
That's
man,
how we want it.
I'm the head coach of Team Vitality. I'm glad to be here. And honestly, it's good to be on camera with you guys, man.
Oh yeah, this is your first time, right? Like exposing
Yeah.
yourself to like the world.
Yep,
Dekho
first
guys,
time.
you saw it here first. World champion coach in the future. जिसको मैं लेके आया, मैं लेके आया. I see your hoodie though, Minnesota Rocker.
Yeah,
Rocker
let's
fan.
go. Let's go. Rapping always.
So let's start with what you want to talk about. Honestly, there's a lot to talk about. इतना कुछ हुआ है पिछले 1-2 महीने में ही. Of course, we're still the same, and that is the best part. That even though I've announced my retirement and I'm not in the CODM competitive scene anymore, I'm still with you. I'm still there as an analyst, and I'm your junior now. You're my boss, and so what are you looking forward to this year? What do you think changed?
I think it's a big tough fight, man, this year. I think it's just I'm really glad we didn't revamp the team, but we did definitely give there were some elements that we removed, which is you, the biggest element of all. And also I truly believe that with new additions like Cheesy and Random and you in the analyzing department, I think that's a big ball game. Like we're really talking right now. And with your experience, I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
And of course, it's showing already, right? Like stage 3 was amazing for us, whatever said and done. Like I wasn't
Yep.
there to experience it, but you were. So
It's
how?
always Godel. It's always Godel in the ending. That's the problem, man. But no, man. Props to them. They had a tough fight. We beat them once.
Yeah. That's the.
That's when it comes.
We were celebrating. We were happy. We were all happy with that.
You tweeted, huh? You tweeted like, Monk was the problem.
I woke up at 9 a.m. I was like, I didn't know there was a match that early. मैं उठा, मैं देखा coach का message आया, let's go. I was like, oh, coach, did we just beat them? And coach was like, yeah, we beat them, and we have those vitality flags going around on WhatsApp. हमारा जो sticker है, वो
I said
sticker में by the way.
of them. I said 25. Like Gagan said them back. I was too. I loved it.
तो वो sticker तो मैं actually तुम सबको like everybody watching, I'm gonna link that sticker somewhere or the other. You have to use it. It's our mascot sticker. Spam that sticker. And but talking more about stage 3, like honestly, it was the same run as last year. Like we were going undefeated, and then finals. Yeah, we had a tough fight with Godel, and we couldn't make it. But looking back at stage 3, I think in general we did very well, right? Like going through each teams, we've played all the best teams in India, and we've gone through like all the top teams. How did you think our performance was in general?
So I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like there was definitely concerns when like a month and a half back, 2 months back. Like we're gonna be serious about this. Like I'll tell you, like straight up, like there were definitely concerns about how the team was performing and how the team morale was up and down. But
Yeah.
after I feel like there was a definite shift. When I moved into the boot camp and everyone came together, really honed their skills, really started trusting each other, especially with the new addition of Cheesy and Random as a substitute. Like it was just great. Like Cheesy just like clicked, and he fit the bill. And I feel like that was a huge ball game changer. That's where we brought our what we have prepared for to the table. Like we needed that synergy to click, and I feel like that really spoke a lot. And that's going to look at a beautiful year ahead. I mean, truly, if you look at it, we've had ups and downs throughout the year, right?
Yeah,
Our
for
main
sure.
man has left for the army. Another main man is now analyst. So it just seems like there's a lot to do, and from you as well. So looking forward to it.
But talking more about Cheesy, of course, like we like all of us in the competitive scene know him because he's been like in all these teams, and he's played competitively, and he's always been on and off. But a lot of people, like, he's not that big on social media right now. He's never been in that category, so a lot of people don't know him. Cheesy has been like a top tier professional player for the last 2 years. Even though that's not reflected in a lot of his teams that he's played for, he's still been that player who's like outshined, I would say, a lot of his teammates in the past.
Yeah.
So, and finally him getting this opportunity to play with Vitality, play with the second best team in South Asia and Middle East, and finally prove himself. What do you think people need to, like, how would you describe Cheesy for everyone that wants to get to know him now.
Look, I mean, working with you guys last year, especially, like, we went through ups and downs. Again, I'm going to say the same thing, but truly, if you look at it, we've had some really big personalities, some soft-spoken personalities, some, moderately happy and moderately sad personalities. But at the same time, that's a team. So looking at
Yeah.
Cheesy come in, when I saw the first day when he just came to the boot camp, he was super, like, he was just positive. He was happy. I'm like, what's your favorite food? He's like, cheese, obviously. And I was like, what? Like, this guy is like hilarious. And I don't know, is this the vibe really clicks? Like, he just, and Death and him were like, they've done, what have they played together? What have they played together on LAN? You know this?
Uh, they played Brawl Stars.
Oh,
Yes,
Brawl
yeah,
Stars, yeah, Brawl
yeah,
Stars, yeah. Yeah, they played something together on LAN. It was so hilarious to see that Death and him,
yeah,
which just had this
yeah,
synergy, and Argan and Sam's, they just really got along. Like, how I remember
yeah,
when I joined the team last year, like, there was a click that suddenly happened, and I feel like Cheesy brought that to the table. So definitely, yeah, he shined last year, but because of India didn't have the best opportunities last year with our all sorts of things that happened. And
yeah.
I mean, we can't judge individual players with their old teams. We can't, we went
Yeah,
up against his old team, this time
yeah.
around in stage 3. And I mean, it was a great run. Like, I'm really, really proud that we took Cheesy, and I'm really glad we took the big step.
And talking more about changes, we don't have only one change. We got two changes this year. And there's a random person that's been added to our roster as well,
Yeah.
who goes
Random,
by the name
random.
Random. The most
Yeah.
random person in the world. What do you have to say about him? Like, I've known him for a long time, but you've now spent a month with him, sitting with him, discussing with him. What do you think about him?
I feel that guy is just a great key player, and I think that's what defines, like, the fire within, like, this random player that's picked up. Like, I don't mean the pun of his name, but I literally mean, like, the random player picked out, and then suddenly he has this. He's got this fire. Like, I can see that
Yeah,
fire within him. So you never know when he might be used. If you remember stage 4 last year, Jokos was suddenly in place of Argan, and
yeah,
that was the ball game. That just changed everything. Like, for us.
yeah.
I mean, I remember
I
you
can't
led me
forget
last
that.
year.
Oh
Yeah, that was
God, I don't want to go through that again.
exactly. So I mean, for me, yeah, I can say that we have a couple of things up our sleeves, and hey, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it works out. I like how Random is thinking. I like that. And you
Mhm.
vouched for him, and I tried him out, and I feel like he's got something to
Yeah,
bring.
I've known Random for like about 2 years now. He was actually my first friend in like Call of Duty Mobile. So he's the one
Mm.
who, like taught me how to play, and we used to play together all the time. So
It's the same
Random
story
is,
like last year, right? Like Sam's and Joko's, the ones, the ranked players, the warriors that came up, and like today, like, they're
yeah,
such
exactly.
polished
Yeah,
warriors. That's what they are. They're polished
yeah.
at the art of, like, Call of Duty. So, like, I'm really,
So,
really proud of
so,
that.
so would you say that I can get you like talented players and then you charm them into and you make them like the professional players? Because I've seen you do that. Like last year, I've seen you take Sam's and Jokos from being, from being like pop stompers and really good at just aiming and all that to taking them to like a stage where they can actually call themselves professional players. They stand out at today. And more than anything, coach, would you say there needs to be a coach for every single professional team in CODM at this point in India?
I think if you
Like,
wanna, if you really wanna bring up, like, see, like last year, I mean, I remember speaking to you when we started the team, like, when all of us got together, when everyone was hired, and I remember this is gonna go a little deep, but, like, I remember, like, Sam's Jokers, when they joined in, they were ranked like masters, right? Like, they were, like,
yeah,
completely cracked. But what happened to them was, like, they I feel like they lacked the synergy of the professionalism, which they created, which was curated for them, and they could step into it, and it's them that honed their senses. Nobody else.
yeah,
Like, I might have been breathing down their necks, but it's again, I'm not going to say they're donkeys that drinking at the well. I'm saying that they literally were the masters to pick up that skill and hone into it, and actually do that, prove themselves worthy of, like, that World Cup
yeah,
shot. And I feel like
yeah,
I think you and I went through that so much last year, like, trying to
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
really get. That's why I'm glad that you're on the analyst role, because now we know our team, and that's, like,
Yeah, that's
that's
I think
super
that's one of
important.
the main reasons I was so keen on doing this, to even be an analyst. And I didn't ever think about doing this before, like before Vitality. But when I thought about it this time, and I knew that I can't, so we'll come to that topic as well. But this was something that I was keen on doing because of the team and because of you guys. We've seen that that dream of winning together, and we've believed in that dream for too long now to just give up on it. And even
Yeah.
if like I can't do it as a player, I'd love to do it as an analyst, but for this team, because I think a lot of players, a lot of people don't understand what we as esports players and like all of us have gone through, and how what all we have to overcome to even be together and be in a team. And the fact that you have to take out so much time from your personal life, so much time from everything, your academics, everything, and just give all of it for this one dream of winning. And
That goes for
especially when
everyone. That
yeah,
goes for
and
everyone.
especially when that dream takes so long. It's been 2 years now for us to try to win. But what do you think, is that one thing this year that'll take us to that next step finally?
I think truly, we were just in, there were a bunch of amateurs turned pro last year that
Yeah.
honed their senses together and honed their skill. And this year it just seems like, when there's a problem, we can troubleshoot it, and we can burn through that problem quickly. There's no more waiting around and wondering what's actually going wrong. And if you notice, Argan stepping up as IGL was, like, I think the biggest change. That was literally
Yeah.
the biggest change that happened. And we all know that Argan is just supremely skilled at, like, I would say any video game. Okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
especially CODM, and the guy has lived and breathed that game since day one.
And coming back to that, Argan is also now a court professional, I've heard. I think this is the
Semi
funniest thing.
pro, semi pro.
मेरे को तो पता है, like जब मैं boot camp में भी होता था, I never realized you guys would always, you and Argan would like, we would have 8 hours of scrims every single day, 2 hours of practice before that, and after 10 hours of playing, चलो coach Vanguard खेलते हैं. How
Yeah.
does that work? That's both of you are literally machines just made to play Call of Duty. Like that's how it sounds.
The guy, I feel like the guy, I mean, I'm gonna say this straight up, he is a crackhead at the game. So he'll play Call of Duty Mobile all day. He's been doing warm-ups, scrims, discussions, strat making, everything. At night, it's like, yeah, listen, now I'm gonna go grind with my coach, so you guys can, like, bye-bye. And
I
he
used
goes, he gets in the game, and, like, my clan, right, my sweats, they literally get scared of him. Like, you understand what I'm trying to say? The guy is so pro, he is so kick ass. I can't wait to enter that tourney with him. I'll be
Oh
playing
yeah,
beside him.
it's $1,000, which of course we've competed in like bigger tournaments all the time. We compete in bigger tournaments all the time in Call of Duty Mobile. But I
Yeah.
think this is a huge thing for like
For
for
the
Vanguard
Southeast
also.
Asia scene, yeah.
Yeah, for Call of Duty in general, to have this
Yeah.
scene on console as well,
Yeah.
console and PC. And I have heard you guys have a mad team, and you guys didn't even include me or ask me to be in it. तो ठीक है,
No,
अब
no, no.
क्या कर
Sorry,
सकते
sorry, sorry.
हैं.
Old,
हाँ, मेरे
old.
को तो ओल्ड, हम बुढ़े हो गए हैं अब, कौन बुढ़े प्लेयर है अब उसपे. But like yeah, Argan and you, I can't get over this 16 hours of just COD. I think Argan, I would genuinely say, is the first person I've met in my life, actually the second after you, who's addicted to COD. Like they, मतलब कुछ और आता ही नहीं है, COD.
Literally, I'll tell you this one day schedule. Like, I remember, like, we spent the entire day, like, he was warming up. Like, he must have woken up like at 9, 10 in the morning, warmed up till his scrims. We started like 2, 3 o'clock to 10 o'clock we're scrimming. 10
Yeah.
o'clock to 1 o'clock we're playing Vanguard. 1 o'clock to 6 in the morning we're watching CDL.
It's
So,
crazy.
so
और वो सीरियल का तो I even remember, like we used to watch कि you and I used to always, at that time,
yeah,
you,
yeah,
Argan and I
yeah,
used
yeah,
to
yeah.
you
Always.
you, Argan and I used to always be like, अरे यार सीडीएल स्टार्ट हो रहा है, सीडीएल स्टार्ट हो रहा है, बाकी सब हाँ सीडीएल क्या होता है, हमें तो कॉडेम खेलना है जल्दी जल्दी. एंड देन हमने सडनली सबको हुक करा दिया था सीडीएल पे. एंड आई स्टिल रिमेंबर मूनस्कोप ट्राइंग टू प्रोनाउंस एवरीबॉडीज नेम्स एंड लाइक
Saryam.
ये तो मेरे तरह है, ये तो मेरे तरह खेलता है, कुछ मैं भी ऐसे स्नाइप मारूंगा कल. एंड suddenly we created like, and I think that was for a lot of people that will be like the dream of 9 kids, 9 kids who are just passionate about one game, dreaming, sitting, watching, and playing that game, and
I feel
that
like
is
we have the upper hand when it comes like Argan. If there's a league play ever coming into CODM, which obviously could be in the works, right? Hint, hint.
yeah,
But like, but like, you never know. Like, you have people like Argan that have grown up on the league, and people like me that have grown up, and people like you that have grown up on the league. I know you're
yeah,
a big
yeah.
formal fan. like,
Yeah.
and so am I. Like, like all that stuff comes from passion about Call of Duty, and then seeing that translate into Call of Duty Mobile,
Yeah.
which is the same maps, the same guns,
Exactly.
the
The
same
OG maps.
yeah, like it's you can't go wrong, man.
I think that is one of the first things that made me fall in love with Call of Duty Mobile. Like just in general,
100%.
the fact that I can use MSMC again, or I can, finally get to play with on these old maps like
Like
Summit
raid,
firing.
like raid.
Yeah, Summit firing
Oh man.
great. These maps we've grown up on. Black Ops One, Black Ops Two. This is all we know. And
Yeah.
uh, and also coming back to you playing in that $1,000 tournament, I also know that a lot of the old players from Call of Duty back in the day are back into playing. Are they're back into finally playing Call of Duty again, and we have all these Indian players
Yeah,
coming back.
like I remember seeing Mad Puns online, and I was just
Yeah,
like, "Are you
exactly.
serious, Puneet? Like, are you serious? Like, I haven't seen this guy in so long." And like Argan, like he's just playing, and he's being recognized by these UK players. They're just like, "Oh, I think Argan's on the wrong server," and it was really hilarious. And, like, it's
That's
amazing.
crazy.
That was amazing because these guys have been following Team Vitality in the World Cup, and then they see him
Yeah,
in a lobby in Vanguard. They just freak out. And Argan's like,
that's yeah.
"Classic,
And
classic."
like the fact that we that 200 300 people back in the day, back in 2012, when
Yeah.
I used to be 11 years old, we those 200 people who used to have each other's numbers and play all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's crazy how all these
Shout out
people are
Harsh
coming back.
Gill, huh? Shout out Harsh Gill.
Shout out Ash. Shout out to all these guys who were there. I hope I can play with them one day again, and I won't be that squeaker kid anymore.
Oh,
But coming on to something that everybody's talking about, and like मतलब मेरे को ऐसा अच्छा नहीं लगता बोलना कि everybody's talking about, but a few people have questions over why did Monk retire. And one thing, I don't like to call it retirement because I'm just out for this year. I don't know what next year will be like for me. But so coming to that, I want you to answer that question, because if I say it, then people just don't believe me.
all right. That's a hard one, huh? Because honestly, like if you really want to go into it, like as a topical, I can say Monk is a gifted player. Monk is a phenomenal, has phenomenal game sense. He is, he was a great IGL, but he's also a fantastic content creator, and he's also a fantastic brain as an analyst. And seeing you, and we have, obviously every team has their ups and downs, but taking the best and removing the worst is what we should always do in every situation. And I
Yeah,
feel like it was not my decision, your decision, or something. It was a healthy decision overall that
yeah, yeah,
that led to this grand change of the team. And I'm really glad that you're still a part of it, and the soul is still rocking with like the analyst role, and that's a very important role. And I know you know that, and I know that we're going to be working together. So I know that you've not said goodbye to competitive. You've taken a different side of it, and
yeah, yeah,
trust me, when Argan was sub for stage 4, the pressure really kicks then.
yeah,
Kicks
yeah.
then. When you're sitting with me and you're watching the arrows move, that's when the pressure kicks in, man. That's
Oh
when you're
my god. We used to talk about it all the time though in the boot camp. When we used to have our matches up on the third floor, and you guys used to be on the ground floor just waiting for us to come down and waiting for us to shout ki "Arey,
four
jeet gaye,
months
jeet
with
gaye."
Jokus, 4 months
And
with Jokus, one stage 4 with Argan. It was some
yeah,
pressure.
and I remember कि नीचे से एक तो बीच बीच में हम मैचेस के बीच में डर जाते थे, क्योंकि हम एक राउंड जीतते थे एसएनडी का, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल वी गॉट अ 2v4 or something, and coach used to go, "Oh, finally, yes, come on boys, come on," and we used to get so hyped. But then, and I came to you one day, literally we won that match. I think that was a qualifier match against RNT, and
Yeah,
we
yeah,
won
yeah, yeah.
that 3-2, three one,
When
I
we lost
think.
the takeoff.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, when we lost the
yeah,
takeoff.
yeah. And I come down to, I'm like, coach इतना मत चिल्लाया करो, मेरे को डर लग जाता है ऊपर, मेरे हाथ कांपने लग जाते हैं, मैं नहीं खेल पाता फिर. तो I just, and you, I remember you telling me कि if you think playing is something stressful to you, just sit down with me for one day when you guys are playing, and you'll understand what pressure really is.
How
And
come? Now
once,
the pressure's gonna hit the fan. Come on,
yeah,
let's go.
अब तो हम दोनों बैठ के ऐसे हाथ जोड़ के बैठे हो, प्लीज प्लीज, इस बार जीतेंगे, इस बार जीतेंगे. But moving forward, we have Nordwin coming up on the 1st and 2nd of July,
Mhm.
and that should be a very interesting tournament. We have high hopes from that,
Yep.
and of course, then comes the main event, which is stage 4. And so, how do you think we're doing right now? I want to ask my head coach.
I can't let out much, but yes, from stage 3 there was definitely big improvements from the left from what we were doing all year long. And
Yeah.
I think that's like just keep it on a positive note. Like I don't care if it's toxicity, if it's positive, but like just keep it on a positive note. And we're gonna run through and keep going. I mean, it's all about powering through right now and like making sure that we're at our level best, and especially with the new lineup. And things will change. The tendencies have changed, so I can't wait to see what it's gonna be like.
This new iteration of team vitality. God,
I
I believe in it. I think everybody should believe in it because this is something that's definitely going to. I think the results will speak for themselves for itself this year, and we're working very hard. All of us. I've seen how the team is playing. I've seen how the team is working. I think we're definitely on the right page. And with you and I just being there behind the guys, I think we have great potential to
agreed.
bag in some championships this year.
I definitely miss, like, okay, yeah, you're with me on the analyzing role here, but I definitely miss Moodscope. Like I wish
Oh God, yeah.
that kid well, wherever he is. quick scope, quick scoping
Just
Chinese people. Let's
I,
go.
he's just piche playing going to the gym every day, plays CODM up and down. I'd want to bring him in one of these episodes and just talk to him about why,
Oh,
what.
you have to.
Yeah, yeah. So we're looking forward to that, and one day maybe that happens. But thank you, coach. Thank you so much for being here today for my pilot episode, and thank you guys for joining. This is the Esports podcast by Team Vitality, not the final name. We'll come up with a better name soon. If you have a better name, please leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much. Bye bye.